How was it playing with T1 boys? Did you understand them when you're speaking Korean and stuff?
Yeah, the thing is, I kind of understand everything they say. It's harder for me to speak back, so I do like half Korean, half English when I speak back. But they also speak a little bit of English, so if I cannot properly put together what I want to say in Korean, I can use some English words and they understand. But for the most part, it was easy because I've kind of realized, like from this year, that when you play at a certain level, you don't actually need to speak so much. And I think more so than before this year, I realized it because I was with the CL guys, and after a while, for example, me and Smashy never had to say anything to the guy. He knew exactly what I wanted. I knew exactly what he wanted. So it was just the timings, you know. For example, yesterday when I played with Guma in the last game against Casey, they made a mistake level 1. They really trolled level 1. I thought we were in a bad spot because I had to start W from Silas and wrapping around.
Yeah.
Normally in this matchup you want to start Q. But then Rel used a really bad W and we got Caitlyn's flash. And I asked Guma, do you want to go now or wait a little bit? And I can make these words in Korean, no problem. And he said, like, wait a little bit. So it's more about small words than anything else. You know, I don't have to explain to him, I want to flash W. He already understands that. Just waiting for the right timing when he has 2 bullets instead of 4. And his Q is up and he's in the right position. So I thought the communication was actually easy. I was surprised with how easy it was. I was kind of worried coming into the event that my Korean would take a fall after Worlds and not being exposed.
Yeah.
This time I said it right, exposed. Yeah.
Exposed, yeah.
Yeah, to Korean language around me all the time. But actually, the break kind of did me well. I felt quite good with my Korean this weekend. So
I guess League is like its own language, right?
Yeah.
I think if you're as AD main and you like get Caitlyn's flash level 1, you already want your support to be looking for a flash W, so you already kind of know what the play is.
Yeah, I don't think we had to speak about it. We both saw the play.
Yeah.
And since I play Jin like 10,000 games, I know also when the timing is right for him. So I waited for his 2 bullets. And then when he has 2 bullets, I know I can just go because he will do auto, Q auto, and then that's it.
Yeah, one shot.
But if he has 4 bullets, it will be harder to get the finishing blow. So I kind of had to wait for 2 or 1 bullet before I go.
Who was shot calling? Like in the mid game, was it like Faker or like Owner or were you?
So it was kind of a mix of everyone, I would say. Even Doran was speaking quite a bit. I was unused. I wasn't used to his voice.
Oh,
like,
I see.
How he was speaking. But
you're unfamiliar.
Unfamiliar, yeah. But he was actually speaking quite a bit, so a mix of everyone, I would say. But the comms were very unclattered. Does that make sense? Like everyone's speaking, but no one is like overtaking.
Short sentences?
Yeah. No one's overtaking and no one is shouting, so it's very chill. Even when we lost fights, it's just like the next play. So, for example, I think we died, like 3 of us on mid. Let's go for the grubs. There's no like discussion or heated argument of any kind. It's just let's go for the grubs. We lost the fight.
Yeah.
Go for the next play. Easy. So I thought those games were like really easy to play out, and I ended up on Sivir in the first game, one of my all-time best champs, AD.
Classic.
And Rakan, I think, is one of my best melee supports, and I ended up actually having a good matchup, even though I blind picked. So I was really comfortable playing, honestly, and I was not too surprised that it went well, but really happy that in some way, like, I won all of my games. They didn't do so well without me, and then I come in and I save the day.
Yeah, you were nervous.
Of course, it's not like this, but it definitely helped compared to, let's say, a situation where they win all of their games without me, and then I come in and I lose my games.
Yeah.
That would be a very sad ending to my time with T1. Now it was like built up to the max.
Yeah. You remember you said you were nervous about playing with them and stuff because you haven't played with the main boys before.
Never. That was my first game ever with the main boys. Of course, I've talked to them and watched them, so I was kind of integrated already. It was easy to plug and play, but I've never touched the game together with them, so that was the first time. Yeah, first and last.
They went from 3 world champs to 4. That's all I'm saying. When you subbed in, the games were good. You're the only player with 3 wins yesterday.
Yeah, topping the ranks.
You're topping the ranks.
Yeah, but this was a really cool event to be a part of, and crazy again that you managed to pull this off with the team now like barely a month old, right? When was the official release date? Like 17th
I think
November?
today's the 1 month birthday.
Yeah.
The 16th of November, wasn't it?
So get your, what did you call this? Out.
Oh yeah, the fucking happy birthday thing. Was it the 15th of November? Okay, it's 1 month old. Jam. Velocitone is 1 month old.
Yeah.
Man, you must have had a long year then. You had spring, then you had summer, and then you had this.
Yeah, over a year. I started, in my opinion, the 2024 season started for me when I did tryouts last year.
In
So
T1.
2023, October, was when my 2024 season started, because that's when I did the tryouts. And from tryouts, I was basically like in Korea doing everything together with the team. So it's been over a year actually for this year,
Yeah.
this year's season, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's been a really long year, and I'm happy that I managed to end it on such a high note. I feel like if I lost my games with T1 and they won without me,
Yeah.
it would be like a sour taste to a really nice journey.
Mm.
But now, it wasn't like I had anything to prove to anyone anyway. I knew I would be fine going into the next year anyway. I didn't have to prove anything.
Yeah.
But it was still nice to get that moment where I get to play with the main guys. I have a good support game, a good AD game, show to everyone that I still got it, you know, even if I know myself
Bro,
I
you
got
popped
it.
off.
It's still...
You didn't just have it, you popped off. You
Yeah.
fucking carried mega hard.
Yeah.
As much as you think that maybe some people were like, you still need to prove something, I think you silenced a lot of people with those games.
Yeah.
Like you were like such an insane consistent factor. The Rakan game was just insane.
I was surprised too. When I was doing the moves, I was surprised.
You were going to play Kennen, weren't you, in the AD game? Just for
So
fun?
my original plan was Janna against T1, Kennen against G2,
It would've been
and I wanted to go for a Senna lane in game 3, but I realized everyone was kind of picking real champions. Maybe not S tier, but A tier or B tier champions, and Kennen AD would be like a D tier champion maybe. So I thought, sure, I can play it, and I'm probably gonna do decent.
Yeah.
But if I make a mistake early, let's say I die, which I did with the Sivir, I have no way of coming back into the game.
Yeah, that champ sucks.
Yeah, the champ just sucks. So I figured if I go for Sivir, who is maybe a B tier champion, at least I have some leeway if things don't go my way. And kind of the same idea with Rakan in the last game. I wanted to play Senna with Guma because I know he and Keria
They love Senna.
played a lot of Senna lanes, so he could have gone for... We were talking before the game. He could have gone for Nyla, Yasuo, Shogat, Lee Sin, Wukong. We had many options. So we were actually kind of set on doing the Senna. But then they locked in Caitlyn, and I told Guma,
Maybe not.
Senna Anio? And he was like, no, Anio.
What does that mean? No Senna?
Yeah, no Senna. Because it's just too hard of a lane if they go for a range support.
Yeah.
And Kalista, Renata, also too hard of a lane, I think, versus a range support. Renata has no purpose there.
Yeah, if you're blue side, it's hard.
So we kind of came to the conclusion, which I fully support because I played it myself, that Jhin or Varus is the correct pick there. And I just go down. And if they really want to last pick support, which they did, I just ban and pick something and take like a little bit bad matchup instead of a very bad matchup.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah, the Rakan blind was really good.
Like, let's say we do... So we first picked Ambessa, and we did Jhin, and then we did Ahri. But let's say we did Ambessa, Jhin, Rakan. Then they so easily do Caitlyn Lux.
Yeah.
And
No bans to cover you.
yeah, no bans to cover me. But if I go down, then it starts becoming this game of... If I start banning Rakan counters, like Lux in this case, do they pick the Rakan and give me the counter? Or do they give me the Rakan anyways with a ban? And in this case, they actually gave it to me with a ban. I was worried for the Poppy. T1 guy said it was fine. I was really like asking them, Poppy problem? No.
Yeah, Lee Sin, Ahri, Rakan against Poppy would have been rough.
Yeah, but they said no problem. So I thought, yeah, sure. Anyway, in my opinion, Caitlyn should have a strong support. I don't see how you played otherwise. We had 2 Caitlyns yesterday. Once with Bard and once with Rel.
Caitlyn's lost every game.
Yeah, but it has to be played with a strong support.
Yeah.
You have to play it with Nico or Lux or Karma. You cannot play it with a farming support because Caitlyn needs the tempo of the game to be very fast. Hitting tower, maybe getting a kill or 2 in the early game. Good first base.
Yeah.
When you're playing with Rel, you're not going to get a good first base.
Yeah.
The base is going to be at like 3 or 4th wave.
Yeah.
So
I thought it's funny how you said Poppy problem. Poppy problem is such a banger. Well, the crowd was super crazy for you though. The crowd was going nuts when you walked out. It was a good feeling, I guess.
That's a really good feeling.
The crowd was such a big W across the tournament.
I'm happy to see I still have loyal fans in Europe.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how my trip to Korea would affect my like connection to the community in Europe. Of course, I always thought one day I will come back. I'm not sure when, but at some point I will come back. But it's hard to tell how much of a connection you will lose because I wasn't streaming anything, not really doing any interviews. So the people watching me are like either the really loyal fans that are watching through you, or actually by themselves finding the stream, or there's no connection. That's it. So I was really surprised when I still had that like fan reception that I had yesterday.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Bro, the crowd loved it.